Business owners in one Fresno County community now feeling the strain after Fresno County supervisors voted to stop issuing liquor licenses in their area. While liquor store owners say this decision is hurting their bottom line, at what one county supervisor says is the reason for the move.
Former vice presidential candidate Kamala Harris dropping hints that she could make another possible run for the White House. What other California politicians she could be up against if she does make a bid for 2028.
As we draw closer to the month mark of the government shutdown, millions of families are at risk of going without federal food assistance.
Democrats continue to hold Americans hostage. There will not be enough funds to provide SNAP benefits for more than 40 million Americans on November 1st.
I sent a letter to the Department of Agriculture in Washington, D.C. several days ago saying, hey, sir, you can do this by shifting some dollars from different programs. He has that ability. There's no question about it. This is a federal program.
The message the White House now has for people who receive SNAP benefits.
You're watching Fox 26, and now, great day.
Good Monday morning. We begin this hour with a live look at downtown Fresno. Today's high, well, you're going to want to layer up, if you will. The high in Fresno will be 68 degrees. Good morning to you. I'm Liz Gonzalez.
And I'm Carl Cook. Justin Willis is out today. Thank you for starting your day with us. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty chilly one to say lightly. And then it's going to be weird because we're going to start warming up right after that.
It happens.
It's the case of the Mondays. I think even our weather has a case of the Mondays.
Okay.
So I'll show you what I mean right now in just a bit because current conditions, yeah, you're definitely going to want that jacket because look at that wind speed as well. If you're heading out the door right now, 55 degrees with some cloudy skies, and look at that wind, west-northwest direction at 13 miles an hour. So it may feel a little more cooler than that 55 you're seeing right now. And as far as your day planner, it's not really picking up too much as far as temperature there. We're still going to be in the 60s throughout the day there. 58 degrees at 10 a.m., 62 around noontime, and then we're getting up to 68 there at 5 p.m. and the wind speeds are going to drop down there as the day goes on, a little moderate for your day. And as far as your next weather maker, well, not much really going on as far as rain or fog or anything, but we'll break that all down, your full forecast coming up.
A battle over alcohol is brewing in Calwa, an unincorporated community just south of Fresno. Fresno County supervisors unanimously blocked new applications for liquor licenses there. One local business sells just about everything you'd expect to find at a liquor store, except for alcohol. The owner says that his store's been open in Calwa for the past year and he has applied for a liquor license, but he's now running into a booze battle with the county.
I'm gonna give the neighbors like good service, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that liquor is gonna make my business go up, and I'm gonna do good service to the community and my workers.
According to Fresno County Supervisor Luis Chavez, who represents that area, people living in the community aren't on board with the excess amount of liquor stores in the area. He says there are 18 liquor stores within a 2 to 5 mile walk, some of them just steps away from schools.
It attracts vagrants. They know that it attracts crime. They know that people are out there drinking. When our kids are going to school in the morning, they have to step over people that are sleeping on the sidewalk or urinating. My message to people that are thinking about locating within the County Islands is do your homework, do your due diligence, and make sure that this is actually something that is needed. If it's not needed, bring something else. Bring a store with fresh fruits and vegetables, with healthy options, with, produce and things of that sort, instead of just selling, cigarettes and liquor.
Which is why the county wants to block more stores from selling liquor. And Chavez says that they've seen an influx of applications in that specific area. Business owners say they're being unfairly targeted and banning licenses won't solve the problem. They say people will still buy just from somewhere else. Chavez says there's already a policy that limits the amount of liquor stores in the city of Fresno. And we want to hear from you. Will banning new liquor store licenses make Calwa a safer place? Yes, it could help reduce crime. No, crime won't stop just by limiting new licenses. Maybe, but more needs to be done. Or D, not sure. And right now, most of you are saying, no, it's not going to stop crime. That is at 44%. If you haven't chimed in on this yet, by all means, please join in the conversation. All you have to do is search kmph.com/poll or scan the QR code right there on your screen. Stay with us as we'll show you what people are saying in the next half hour. Proposition 36 was approved by nearly 70% of voters last November. It's meant to be a major step in addressing both drug addiction and the rise in retail crime. But nearly a year later, some say the results are not what voters expected. Now, when voters approved it, the goal was simple: reduce prison overcrowding and give people caught with drugs a shot at treatment instead of behind bars. But now, new data from the Judicial Council report shows many offenders are not getting the treatment. In the first 6 months of the prop's implementation, the report says close to 9,000 people have been charged with a treatment-mandated felony. Only 1,290 elected treatment. Of those, 771 were ordered into treatment, and only 25 completed it. Greg Totten, who is the CEO of the California District Attorneys Association, points to the fact that this prop has not even been out for a full year.
But understand, the law has been in place only since December 18th of last year. And so things are still developing, but thousands of individuals have been charged with offenses under the new initiative. We believe, by the way, far more individuals than the Judicial Council reported are getting into treatment.
He highlights the success that there has been in our area, noting that Tulare County reports more than 50% of those charged have gotten treatment. According to data out of 169 cases, 83 elected treatment in Tulare County. In Fresno, only 4 out of 40 cases elected treatment. Totten admits the system needs more funding for treatment programs and better tracking of success rates, and that scrapping Prop 36 would actually be a step backwards. A report from the Judicial Council states that it will submit a follow-up report to the legislature by March 1st of next year and every year until the funds are spent.
Time now is 5:06, and let's get a look. I wanted to start off by showing the fog tracker because ending last week, we saw some dense fog advisories across Central Valley, but we're not seeing that to start off your Monday. Only one seeing some fog as of right now is really there. Visibility going down to about 2 miles, but still not too bad. But even if you're heading into that area of Reedley, just still want to take that precaution if you are heading out in that direction. Everywhere else is really clear for the most part as far as today. And as far as satellite radar, really nothing much going on here either. Things are looking pretty clear. Just going to have some cloudy skies as far as today. As far as any weather patterns, it's mainly there up in the top right of your screen there in another part of a state, another part of the country there. So that's all their problem right now. But as far as us, 3-day outlook showing that today's going to be the coolest day there at 68, and then we're going to just uptick in temperatures throughout the week, but we'll see that change. It will show you a little later in the broadcast, their 10-day forecast, but that's for later on. As of right now, Monday is going to be at 68. That's going to be our high today with those winds going between 10 miles an hour to maybe even at most 8 miles an hour there in that range. Then tomorrow things will start clearing out as far as the wind, the clouds, but temperature starts picking up too, 76 degrees. And then on Wednesday at 80 degrees, and overnight lows are going to be in the 40s the next couple of days. So definitely, if you have those thick blankets you got to pull out and wash and get ready, now would be the time to do that. And that as far as your weather maker and as far as your full forecast, just getting ready for those cooler temperatures as we get closer to that winter time. But coming up, we're going to get a look at your valley highs and lows, see how the rest of the valley is looking for their Mondays.
Time is now 5:08. Happening today, a prescribed burn is scheduled for Grant Grove. The area includes 482 acres surrounding the General Grant Tree. This impacts the west side of Highway 180 between Grant Tree Road and the north boundary, as well as portions of Grant Tree Road from the Columbine picnic area to the Grant Tree parking lot. Access to the General Grant Tree and surrounding trails will be limited during these burns. Prescribed burns can reduce hazardous fuel and maintain the natural fire cycle in the ecosystem. High grocery prices and a government shutdown are now impacting millions of Americans. Why those who rely on federal food assistance benefits will now have to budget down to their last dollar in hopes of feeding their families. And positivity this morning for the on-again, off-again trade relationship between the U.S. and China. Why Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent is calling the recent deal a win for American farmers. And time is now almost 5:09 as we head to break. A live look at the silhouette of El Capitan with a slight view of Half Dome in Yosemite National Park. Keeping an eye out for any, there's a meteor right towards the top of the screen in the middle. You can find your headlines and the weather forecast on your screen all morning long. There's more than a few. The Orionid meteor shower continues. Again, all that information on your screen all morning long, even through the commercial break.
Hi, I'm Monty Torres with Fox 26 News on YouTube. Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel, where we have loads of great content for you to choose from. And while you're here, why not click on the subscribe button right here? That way you can stay in touch with all the latest breaking news, everything news related within the Central Valley. And thank you for watching.